Katrina Collins, lovely pickup. Katrina Collins heading towards goal, shot, goal! A chance, a shot, and a goal! Goal!
Girls? Courceys, is it?
Come on, Blarney! Come on, Blarney!
How are you all? Good.
On Courceys!
Jump fast!
Courceys!
That hunger is the first light, much more than
Okay. Today, would you manage it?
We're looking forward to it, brother.
she like a ghost beside me, goes down these dark and emerges unlearned and shamed heart. She's a perfect creature, I'm the geek, we are for all who must discover to understand. For having and you find very special. And it is a holy thing, and it is precious time.
Courceys, is it? Okay.
Is the only way. Forget-me-nots on the shore. It's always been, and so it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally.
Come on, you shot back, man.
To understand, for having left others, and you find a very special life. And it is a holy conquers death and is life eternally. One bright blue rose outlives all, 2,000 years and still goes to conquer his death and is life eternally.
What do you think?
I hope I miss him smiling at the end of it.
Yeah, when you win a few smiles already this year, haven't you?
Not too bad, anyway.
Hi.
Hey, who's he showing for?
Courceys over.
I think you're showing for Courceys, are you?
Yeah.
Savage.
Well, you're very welcome here to Páirc Uí Chaoimh for the final of the Cork County Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship between Blarney and Courcey Rovers. And as you can see from the flag, it's a wild, blustery day here. And as you can also see from the scoreboard beneath it, Gypsy have achieved Junior A Hurling Championship county honours for the first time in their history, defeating Diarmid O'Mahunas. We are very concerned here with the Premier Intermediate final, which is coming up, as we said, between Courceys and Blarney. We have a look across the field, and there we can see the Blarney side going through their pre-match routine. We'll have a look at their team first. The goalkeeper is Ronan Byrne. Right full-back and captain of the side is Danny Cronin. Full-back Dara McSweeney, and left full-back is Paul O'Leary. Right half-back Joe Jordan, centre half-back is James Hughes, and left half-back is Stephen O'Donoghue. Midfield, number 8 Brian Hurley, and number 9 Owen Hallahan. Right half forward Brian Deasy, centre half forward Mark McCarthy, and left half forward is Johnny Hurley. Right full forward Mark Trimmin, full forward Ross McNamara, and left corner forward is Colin Murphy. The substitutes for Blarney are 16 is Trevor Hegarty, 17 is Peter Ahern, 18 Dave McCarthy, 19 Gerard O'Donovan, 20 is Dennis O'Donovan, 21 is James O'Sullivan, 22 is Sean Walsh, 23 is John Barrett, 24 is Sean Harrington, number 25 is Peter Nodwell, 25 is Peter Nodwell, 26 is Cian O'Shea, 27 is Colin Sheehan, 28 is Derry Quirk, 29 is Eugene McCarthy, and number 30 is Pat O'Sullivan. And managing this Blarney side today is Ty Hurley, very experienced official in the Blarney club. The coach is Sean O'Brien, and the selectors are Tim Duggan and two men synonymous with Blarney, Fintan Coleman and Donald Coleman. The opponents for Blarney's today are Courcey Rovers, and they will line out as follows. Stephen Nine is their goalkeeper. Right full back is David Duggan, full back is Timmy Rorden, and left full back and captain in the side today is Brian Hayes. Right half back Jonathan Quinn, centre half back is Brian Hayes, and left half back is David Murphy. Midfield Vincey Hurley and number 9 David Hayes. Right half forward Terence Collins, centre half forward Niall Murphy, and left half forward Killian Maloney. Cian Lorden is the right corner forward, Seamus Hayes is full forward, and John Murphy is the left corner forward. Actually, Killian Maloney is the captain there. I erred in that. Brian Hayes is not the captain, it's Killian Maloney. The subs for Courcey Rovers are 16 is Anto Hegarty, 17 Gavin Maloney, 18 Adrian Collins, 19 Donald Lorden, 20 David Hurley, 21 Gary Maloney, 22 is James O'Regan, 23 is John Murphy, 24 is Kevin Quinn, 25 Niall O'Sullivan, 26 is Shane Maloney, and number 27 is Garoyd McCarthy. The management team of Courcey Rovers are Diarmuid Corcoran is their manager, Kevin Hannon and Michael Roach are the other two selectors, and the coach is the renowned Sean O'Farrell. As we said, manager of Courcey Rovers is Diarmuid Corcoran, and nothing would please Diarmuid more to bring back the Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship Cup this evening to Ballinspittle and the Balnadee area. The man in the middle for today's game is the very experienced Cathal McAllister from the Ahada Club. Killian Maloney leads out Courcey Rovers here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh for the Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship Final. As they come streaming onto the field, the Courcey Rovers supporters letting them know that they won't be alone in this final today. As we said, Courceys were here already back in 2004 when they lost out by 3 points to St. Catherine's. Today, they will be hoping en masse to change that and to win the championship for the first time ever in their history and go up as a senior club in the year 2009. All of the subs and the players gathering in together for this photograph. And as we said, here they are. The day isn't great. A strong wind blowing from left to right. And Blarney coming out onto the field as well. And their captain, Danny Cronin, number 2 in his back, leading the Blarney team out as well. Blarney were here 9 years ago in 1999. They took on Ballincollig that day. Courceys were here in 2004 with St. Catherine's. Both of them ended up a little bit short of the ultimate honours. One of them will walk away with the trophy today. Courceys breaking up from their pre-match or photograph and going down towards the Blackrock End Inn here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Referee Cathal McAllister just calling on the Blarney players to come over and line up and get ready for this one. I see down there Stephen O'Donoghue, number 7 in his back, vastly experienced player for Blarney. He was here back in '99 as well. So was Ronan Byrne, the goalkeeper, and they'll be hoping that today, as we said, they can change that. Blarney, well, they won the Intermediate Championship back in the late 30s, back in 1937 and 1938, and interestingly enough, on both occasions, they beat their mid-Cork rivals Éire Óg. They lost the final in 1898 to Redmonds, and they lost to Ballincollig as well in '99. As Sean O'Brien, their coach, will be hoping today to keep them focused, keep their mind on the game, so that they will gain that ultimate honour. Vastly experienced Sean O'Brien. 25 years ago this year, Sean O was a part of the Middleton senior hurling team that won the county championship for Middleton for the first time. He's there today. A number of years ago, and an interesting point about this, he was coaching Courcey Rovers. Certainly, he'll have a knowledge of both teams intimately. And the referee, Cathal McAllister, just saying, lads, we'll have to start away with the parade. And Cathal marking down the sheets, both sides getting ready to line up behind the Castlelyons pipe band. Castlelyons pipe band lining up. The teams lining up behind them. Castleline's pipe band leading the teams around here in front of the covered stand in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Blarney in their traditional all red jerseys, Courceys in their traditional red and white hooped jerseys. The captain for Blarney, as we said, is Danny Cronin. He plays right cornerback. The captain for Courcey Rovers, wearing number 12, is Killian Maloney, and he plays at left half forward. As we keep saying, this is going to be a great day for one of these sides, both of them here on merit. Sean O'Brien coaching Blarney, Sean O'Farrell, to another East Cork man, coaching Courcey Rovers. En route to the final, well, an interesting thing, on the 4th of May, a long time ago, both of these sides met in the first round of the championship out in Clodove. On that beautiful sunny day, a lot different from today's weather, Courceys prevailed on the scoreline at 3-12 to 110. Blarney then went on to defeat Ahada in the next round, in the second round, 10 points to 7. They overcame last year's finalists Watergrass Hill 114 to 19, and then they defeated Ballincollig in 111 to 13 points in the quarter-final. And then they had to wait an almost a mammoth number of weeks, almost 13 weeks, before they defeated Douglas in the semi-final, 1-9 to 5 points. Courceys, as we said, defeated Blarney in their first championship game. They defeated Father O'Neill's in Páirc Éireann on the scoreline of 118 to 111 in the next round. And then on the 17th of August, they defeated Mallow 215 to 10 points, and they're waiting quite a long time for this day as well. Thankfully, both sides are here. Courceys, interestingly, have scored an average of 215 in all their games. Blarney, on the other hand, have scored an average of 110. However, Blarney have played 5 games to reach this stage. Courceys have played just the 3, but 3 well-worked games they were, and they'll be hoping, as we said, to do the business. Seamus Hayes and Cian Lordan are the main men with 3-7 apiece. Cian scored 2 goals and Seamus scored 1 goal the day they first played Blarney. Mark Crimmin is the sharp shooter for Blarney. He scored 22 points, and Johnny Hurley is the next in line. He scored 1-5 in the championship. And who will remember, who will never forget actually, his goal the last day, when he banged it into the back of the net against Douglas for the one major of the game that gave them a 1-9 to 5 points win. And he will certainly be hoping to add to that. The way the teams have lined up, it would appear that Ronan Byrne gone to our right, and Stephen Nine will go to our left, and that will mean that Blarney will play from right to left here in the first half. Courceys gathering themselves together. Blarney doing the same inside in the huddle, preparing for our Navian here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. From the Castleline's pipe band tell you immediately that this game is about to begin here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. The last words of advice for the Courceys players, and as we said, Blarney will play from left to right here in the first half. The game starting slightly later than we expected, was timed for 4 o'clock. It's now about 7 minutes past 4. Checking around for any changes and things like that. Checking around, Johnny Hurley left half forward. Midfield is Mark McCarthy. And is Owen Hallahan gone to right half forward? I think Johnny Hurley left half forward. Middle of the field is certainly Brian Hurley. Shaking hands around the middle of the field. Carl McAllister is the Ray Thor and the man in the middle. He's checking around. Vincey Hurley and David Hayes. The ball is in and the game is on. And away we go here in the Premier Intermediate Championship hurling final. Ball on the ground early on. It's booted out along the wing. Collected up. Courcey Rovers getting the ball and striking it. Ball down the wing. Down into the corner. Coming out there is Paul O'Leary. Getting the hurley on it. Pulled in along again by Terence Collins. But it's coming out. There's a player gone to the ground. No free. Hand passes the ball out. The clash of the ash there. Pulled on. This is Stephen O'Donoghue. Stephen doesn't get up the first time. He's tackled. Matt McCarthy does. Pulls it down along the wing. Johnny Hurley. Johnny pulling it. Getting it down along the wing. Getting it out there. Colin Murphy back into the middle. This is coming out to Joe Jordan. Joe, the ball skeetering off his hurley. He's got James Hughes outside him, but he doesn't need him. Knocking the ball out towards the far side. It's coming out. Mark Drummond trying to get the ball in his hand. Owen Hallen is over there for Blarney as well. Brian Hayes and David Murphy there for Courcey Rovers. The ball is worked back along, and Courcey's knocked the ball up along the wing. Down into the corner it goes. Darragh McSweeney coming out this with Seamus Hayes. Darragh flicking it out to the side. Seamus making a bit of a nuisance of himself, trying to get the ball out. It's very hard to get the ball up. Conditions are tough. Not a bother to Darragh Hurley or Darragh McSweeney. There's a kind of a heavy tackle gone in there, and the referee says that's going to be a free, and a free it is. And we've 1 minute and 2 seconds gone. Free for Blarney, and it's going to be a free over the far side of the field. Joe Jordan putting the ball down, and bit of treatment there away for Courceys players. Killian Maloney, I think, is the man who's kind of taken the knock. Would have to be said here too, in the first half, Blarney playing into whatever breeze is there. It's a mighty shot from Joe Jordan, knocking down around the square. The ball is broken down. The clashes goes in. It's walked across the goals. The shot coming in. The ball has gone in and gone over the bar. It's Colin Murphy getting the first goal of the game for Blarney. First score of the game. It took them almost 26 minutes the last day in the semi-final to score. Colin Murphy doing the business, coming across, sticking the ball between the uprights. It's the first score of the game for Blarney, and it arrives after about 2 minutes of play. This is goalkeeper Stephen Nyan. Stephen driving the ball. A massive puck right down the middle it goes. James Hughes going up for this. The ball going up, and bit of an early pull there, I think, by possibly Niall Murphy. And the referee says that's going to be a free. And going to have Carl McAllister, the referee, having a word with Niall, and making a note in his book, and gives him a yellow card. So it's a yellow card for Niall Murphy. Ronan Byrne coming all the way out to his 45-metre line. And there's a bit of treatment for one of the Blarney players. I think it might be Stephen O'Donoghue. Ronan decided not to take it and will leave it to James Hughes, centre half back. James, the man, a holder of 3 intermediate All-Ireland medals with Cork. He strikes the ball down this side of the field, looking towards the Colin Murphy territory. Then David Duggan. Colin Murphy, he gets the ball up. He's booted out. He's on the 45-metre line now. He turns around, passing the ball back inside again. Pulled on there by Brian Hurley. And Brian Deasy rather. The ball is walked back though. It's Vincey Hurley coming it away for Courcey Rovers. Vincey crossing his own 65-metre line. It's a mighty long, high puck. It's long, but it's gone all the way left and wide. And referee, going to have a word there with Brian Hurley. Obviously something happened, and he saw it and he didn't like it. And Brian getting it, he's got a yellow card as well, and that's 2 yellow cards in the first minute or two, and didn't quite see what happened. Ronan Byrne with the puck out. What's he going to do with this one? Strikes the ball out this side. Johnny Hurley territory. Ball breaking, landing down. Jonathan Quinn. Johnny Hurley got the ball into his hands. Gets a pass into Brian Deasy. The ball gone to ground. Booted forward again. There's a lot of space. Darragh McSweeney thought about coming. It comes across here. This is getting into the knocked in towards Ronan Byrne. Ronan getting his hands on the ball. Can he get the ball away? And he does get the ball away. Knocks the ball out the far side of the field. Mark McCarthy is going to arrive for this. Mark gets the ball into his hand. A nice catch, but a brilliant tackle forward. Courcey's working really hard there. That was an absolutely superb tackle. It works back though and cleared away, and Blarney got the ball up the field again. It's a low one in. This is Brian Deasy striking the ball in across. This is Ross back to Barra. Ross turning around. He's got a chance of a shot. He strikes it in, and he strikes the ball over the bar. Ross back to Barra, puts the ball between the uprights. Good score for Blarney. They lead 2 points to no score, and Ross will be very pleased with that. 4.5 minutes gone in the first half, and they're kind of playing into whatever breeze is there. Courcey's not out of the traps yet. Ball down the far side of the field. Mark McCarthy's going to be under this with David Hayes. The clash of the ash. The ball falls to the ground. A group situation developing. Owen Hallen arriving there, but it should be. I was going to say should be got by Courceys. Owen is still there. He shovels the ball back to Joe Jordan. Joe puts a hurley on it. Gets the ball out to the wing again. Owen Hallen is there again. They knocked off the ball. And Courceys booting the ball forward again. Coming forward there, and Nobody seems to know where the ball has gone. It's still outside there again. James Hughes working very, very hard. Gets the ball up for Blarney. Coming forward. A hand pass out to the wing. And Blarney working the ball forward. Very well. Out this side of the field. Colin Murphy over here with David Duggan. Colin breaks the ball down. Well done by David Duggan though. He catches the ball. It only goes out as far as Johnny Hurley though. Johnny goes to ground. He hand passes the ball out. This is Colin Murphy. Colin turning around, striking the ball. That won't get as far as the goals. Ross McNamara going to be arriving for this with Timmy Lorden, but it's belted on inside by Johnny Hurley. This is Rossi again. He turns around, he shoots, and it's a beautiful score from Ross McNamara. Beautiful score from Ross McNamara. Really, really well worked by Blarney. They lead on the score of 3 points to no score, and they'll be delighted with their start. 5.5 minutes gone here in the first half. Blarney 3 points, Courcey Rovers no score. Checking around again. Yeah, Terence Collins, Niall Murphy is the half-forward line, and Killian Maloney over the far side. Down the middle again, James Hughes, Niall Murphy. The ball broken off Niall's hand. It's group situation developing, but Blarney coming away with it. It's Brian Hurley getting the ball down along the wing, getting it out to Mark Tremin. Mark getting the ball up into his hand, turning around, but he's well blocked down there by Brian Hayes though. The ball back into the middle again. Could be cleared away by David Murphy. Out to the wing again. Player gone to ground, and there's going to be a free in there. Mark Tremin is fouled. Mark Tremin is fouled, and Courcey's really will be disappointed that they look to have averted the danger, and Mark himself will be the man who will take the free. Puts the ball down, putting it in across. It's not going to go over the bar, but it might work out. Johnny Hurley gets it inside. It's inside. David Duggan does really, really well. Timmy Lorden coming out with it and gets the ball up and clears the ball well down this side of the field. Stephen O'Donoghue going up here with Terence Collins. Beautiful pull by Terence Collins. Gets the ball into the middle. Niall Murphy trying to get in ahead of James Hughes. Niall turning around and striking the ball right down the middle. Right there, McSweeney, Seamus Hayes' country. The ball is broken inside. This is Cian Lorden. He's gone in. He shoots, and it's the goal for Courceys. Cian Lorden does the business once more. He's already got 3 goals and 7. He won the ball from a lock. Long strike in by Niall Murphy. The ball went in over Darren McSweeney and the right fullback Denny Cronin and Seamus Hayes. It broke inside, and Cian Lorden got the ball and crashed the ball into the net. Not a hope Ronan Byrne could have saved it. And the ball ends up going in over the goal line, and as quick as a flash. After just, we were saying there, 7.5 minutes of play, the core scores are level here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. We never expected much to be between the teams. There isn't anything between them at the moment. The ball into a group situation. Somebody's helmet has got absolutely flying out there. It's back in Blarney. Look to be in possession. They are in possession. It's their midfielder. Their midfielder is Brian Hurley. Strikes the ball in, but Courceys have tightened their noose around the back there. James Hughes, the ball going back there. Stephen O'Donoghue, Terence Collins. Coming out for that though is John Murphy, but it's collected up there by Paul O'Leary. Paul passing the ball out to the wing. This is Johnny Hurley. Johnny getting the ball into his hand. He's gone to ground. Under the tackle from Jonathan Quinn, but no free, says the referee. This is Owen Hallahan. Owen didn't catch it the first time. He didn't get it up the second time either. Going back for it is David Murphy, but it's booted on by Owen. He does well. Colin Murphy, he's a bit slow with the shot. It's taken away from him. Out towards the middle it goes again. The tackling is fierce and frenetic. This is Mark Tremin. The ball is knocked away from him. This is Killian Maloney working very hard. Vincey Hurley. Darren McSweeney is there, solid as a rock. Gets it ahead of Seamus Hayes coming back across him though, getting in ahead of him. This is Dara. Seamus taking him on. Out to Cian Lorden. Is this going to be the lead for Courceys? The toss shot coming in. It's got in, and it's got over the bar. Very, very good score from Cian Lorden, getting his second score of the game, putting the ball over, and that will certainly please the Courcey Rovers management team. They'll be delighted with how they've recovered after that kind of a shaky start. Blarney 3 points, Courcey Rovers a goal and a point. And we take a check on the time, and we see there's 9 minutes gone in the first half. It's fierce, it's fast, it's frenetic. Johnny Hurley going down the ground. Mark McCarthy boots the ball on. Mark McCarthy getting the ball inside Brian Hayes. Pass back inside. This is Colin Murphy. Colin trying to get away there from David Duggan. Colin, a bit of a difficult shot. A bit of a difficult shot. What a score from Colin Murphy. He turned around and stuck the ball between the uprights. His dad Anthony would be delighted with that score. Really, really good score. Very, very good score. The scores are tied up here again once more, and we still It's a score of 4 points, 9.5 minutes gone, 4 points for Blarney, 1 goal and 1 point for Courceys, nothing between the seams, down on the middle it goes, Stephen O'Donoghue puts his hand up, doesn't hold it, James Hughes kind of boots it out, this is Stephen bursting forward, trying to get forward, he's held up, he still drops to his knees, it's Colin Murphy down towards Brian Hayes' territory again, Brian Hayes doing well, Colin Murphy pulling on the ball, the cavalry is arriving in the shape of Brian Deasy, the ball has gone out over the line, it's going to be a line ball for Courcey Rovers, and just checking there, I think there's Tyg Hurley and Sean O'Brien down on the sideline for Blarney. They'll be pleased with the start, but maybe a little bit shaken by that goal. The scores are level here. Taking the line ball will be the right half-back, Jonathan Quinn. As looking around. Here he comes. This is probably the first chance we've had to draw our breath since the game started, all of 10 minutes ago. Jonathan Quinn low and down along the wing. It's kind of half turned on. Stephen O'Donoghue putting in the Hurley. The ball is pulled further on. This is Joe Jordan. Joe, his shot is half blocked down. Stephen O'Donoghue just couldn't get it up. Passed the ball out the wing here, and a quick shot in along the ground there by Niall Murphy. This is Seamus Hayes, Dara McSweeney. Seamus Hayes gets the ball up. Dara McSweeney tried to get it. The ball got out towards the wing. Danny Cronin racing out for this one. He gets the ball over Fitzy Hurley. Fitzy Hurley turning, Fitzy Hurley shooting, and Fitzy Hurley putting the ball over the bar. Fitzy Hurley putting the ball over the bar, got away from the tackle there of Brian Hurley, put the ball over the bar. Very, very good score. It's the first non-Cian Lordan score here in the final. Ronan Byrne to take the puck out for Blarney. The score, 4 points for Blarney, 1 goal and 2 for Courceys. Ball out the far side of the field. Owen Hallahan puts his hand up, doesn't get it. Mark McCarthy collecting the crumbs. He's going forward, takes the tackle in. He turns around on his right side. He drops a high long one in towards Ross back to Barra. The ball breaks across the goals. It couldn't go anywhere. But the Courceys defence is there in the person of Stephen Nye. He runs out from goals. He gets the ball out to Jonathan Quinn. Jonathan turning around. Had passing the ball out towards the middle. Maybe not the greatest one. Brian Hayes couldn't get there. Clash of the Ash. 2 Blarneys going for it. One of them is getting the ball up into his hands. It's Ross back to Barra. A hand pass, a shot, a block. This is Mark Cremin. Mark could score, but not all the way in. That'll go all the way in. And it's well picked up by Timmy Lordan inside. He passes the ball out to the far wing. It's going to be gone out there is David Murphy. David about to be met by a tackle from Mark Cremin, but he gets the ball in. Good hooking from Mark Cremin. Working extremely hard. Both sides are. Nothing lacking in commitment or endeavour. Or skill either, for that matter. Very, very close to the line. What a bit of brilliant skill by Cian Lordan. He strikes the ball into the middle. This is Fitzy Hurley. Is this the second point for Courceys for Fitzy? He strikes it in, but no, and unfortunately for Courceys, the ball goes left and wide. Ball went wide, and a good attack there. Great play by both defence and attack, but the ball going wide. A point between the sides. Blarney, 4 points. Courceys, 1 goal and 2. If we take a check on the time, we can see that there are 12.5 minutes gone in the first half. That 12 minutes has absolutely flown here. It's Ronan Byrne out to this side of the field. Stephen O'Donoghue going back for it. Stephen does well to hold on to it. Gets in ahead of Terence Collins. It's very, very close to the line. Colin Murphy doing well, getting the ball, but I think he took it out over the line. He did take it out over the line. And Brian Hayes, teak, tough and tight, holding onto the ball. And Jonathan Quinn to take the line ball. And I think Sean O'Brien telling maybe Colin to go on away back into the corner. Jonathan Quinn will take the line ball just inside his own 65-metre line. And I think blood sub, or temporary sub for Terence Collins. Terence seemed to have got a knock. Yep, Terence is after getting a bit of a bang. So we need a temporary sub or a change of jersey or a change of something or other. And Jonathan Quinn, looks like it'll be number 23. Number 23 is John Murphy coming on. Line ball by Jonathan Quinn. Yeah, John Murphy's in, a temporary sub. Joe Jordan, just the ball wouldn't stick, but he does make it stick this time. And he was getting the ball back there. This is Dara McSweeney. Dara coming out, and Dara striking the ball of his left down along the wing. Johnny Hurley, well blocked forward by Jonathan Quinn. Mark McCarthy is there always, struggling back here. Johnny Hurley winning it. Brian Deasy coming across to lend his support to the situation. It's still there. Brian Deasy getting the ball back inside. Ball pulled up. Brian Deasy playing soccer with it almost. It comes out. This is Owen Hallahan. Owen losing possession of the ball, trying to get forward. There's 3 Courceys. There's 1 Owen Hallahan, and Owen Hallahan has got it. What can he do with it? He strikes the ball of his left. What a score from Owen Hallahan! He put the ball between the uprights, and Blarney are back on level term once again. Great score, great score. Terence Collins is okay. John Murphy coming back off again. It's a brilliant score there from O'Halloran, and after exactly 14 and a half minutes play, it's 5 points Blarney. It's 1-2 Courcey Rovers. Great score. Great game. Right down the middle it goes. James Hughes running out with this. The ball beats them all. Dara McSweeney back with Seamus Hayes. A couple of Blarney players there. Dara falling to the ground, but the ball will be rooted out. No, it won't. Colin McAllister, referee, will say that's going to be a throw in there, boys. And waiting for a number of clientele. Mark McCarthy's in there as well. Ball shoveled out to the wing. This is Terence Collins back in. James Hughes getting a hurley to it, coming across to it, trying to get the ball out and turning around on his right, pucking the ball out. A couple of players missing it. The ball will come to Brian Deasy. Brian's got the ball now. What can he do with it? Striking the ball in off his, it's a long one in. Mark McCarthy's inside. The ball is broken down from Timmy Lorden. Mark booting the ball out to the side. It's flicked back out again. This is Mark Cremin. Can Mark get it up? He can. Can he shoot? He can. Will he score? It might work out for Colin Murphy. The ball is broken out of Stephen Nine. It's a brilliant block and the ball is knocked out, I think, for a wide ball. Wide ball. Stephen Nine doing really well. Could put Colin Murphy under pressure, and the ball going left and the ball going wide. Referee Colin McAllister just telling the players to move out, and very even game. 5 points Blarney, a goal and 2 for Courceys. This is going to be Stephen Nine to take the puck out, and as we said, Courceys playing with the advantage of the breeze in the first half. The rain still falling here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, making conditions very difficult, but it certainly hasn't taken away from the enjoyment of an absolutely fantastic game so far. Stephen O'Donoghue running for this. It comes to Niall Murphy. Niall turning his radar, mightn't be brilliant. The ball broken back inside. Danny Cronin does well to get the ball out. Joe Jordan doesn't quite get it up again. It comes back inside. Seamus Hayes coming across with this. This is going to be the lead for Courceys. No, it's not. The ball has gone right and wide, and it looked Seamus himself was certain it went over the bar, but it obviously didn't, and the ball went wide. I jumped the gun there a small bit and I said this was maybe the lead for Courceys, but no, it isn't. But the ball going right and the ball going wide. Ronan Byrne going to take the puck out. Strikes the ball out to the far side of the field. Owen Hallahan, Mark McCarthy, territory, David Hayes, David Murphy. I think it was Mark McCarthy got the flick on. Mark Cremin arriving out for this. Players racing for it. Flicked inside again by Brian Hurley. The ball is gone to ground. Mark Cremin coming back for this. Trying to get the ball back out to Joe Jordan, but only succeeds in diverting it back. Fierce hassling from the Courcey Rovers players. It's a long high one in. Ronan Byrne should have this. He does have it. It's not a great clearance. Getting it to Dara McSweeney. Dara coming out with the ball in his hurley, trying to get away from Seamus Hayes. He's very close to the sideline. Turns around and the tackle coming in. And good work there from the Courcey Rovers full forward line, putting Dara under the pressure. The ball has gone out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball, certainly within shooting distance. And it's a shortish kind of one. Is it going to be intercepted? It almost was, but it's back again. Coming back out here. The shot about to come in. Niall Murphy puts the ball in and puts the ball over the bar. Nicely worked, scored. Nicely worked, scored from Courceys, and if they missed one a number of minutes ago, they've certainly got one now. 17 and a half minutes gone in the first half. 1-3 for Courceys, 4 points for Blarney. Good, clever play by the Courcey Rovers forwards. This is Ronan Byrne. Striking the ball out the far side. You can see where the wind is holding the ball up, and Ronan puts the ball out over the sideline direct. And he won't be happy with that, and neither will the Blarney team. But they'll get a chance to turn and defend it. Going over to take this, I think, is David Hayes. Is Vincey Hurley, maybe? Yeah, Vincey Hurley gone over to take this one. Niall Murphy usually the sideline taker in closer to the goals. This is Vincey, just inside the Blarney 65. A bullet of a shot down along the ground. Dara McSweeney coming out. The ball just doesn't stick to his hurley. It's flicked back out again, and it's Cian Lorden. Can he get the shot away? He can get the shot away, but it doesn't work. James Hughes, the hands go up. James Hughes coming out with the ball, and yet the traditional way he does. The ball, he's under pressure now from 3 Courceys players. There must be a spare Blarney man somewhere. Now, can they arrive? Cian Lorden getting the ball. James Hughes coming back for this again, and is almost held. Stephen O'Donoghue doesn't hold on to it though. It's worked back inside again. This is James Hughes getting the ball into his hand. He's held up, and a tackle coming in. Surely the referee would want to watch that, because if he doesn't, there will be fellas getting very angry about tackles and things like that. We'll follow the play. And I didn't see what happened there. Maybe there was a hint of a third man tackle. Didn't see what happened there, and Brian Hayes obviously didn't see what happened either. But obviously it was. But coming back to that last situation, it's a very tight, tough, tense game as you'd expect it, with a lot of good tackling going on by both sides. Mark Cremin putting the ball down, and that's his 45-metre line left at the post. He's hitting the ball into the wind. hitting the ball into the wind, bending, lifting, striking. No, that's not going to do. That's not going to do. The ball's gone left and the ball's gone wide. And just a note of interest, Terence Collins, Terence Collins, yeah, right, went off there earlier on. He's now wearing the number 20 jersey because obviously there was a bit of blood on his own one. Stephen Nine pucking the ball out to the far side of the field. Over towards the Joe Jordan, Killian Maloney territory. The hands go up, the ball's dropping down. Joe Jordan is there. 2 Courceys players there. Turning around, getting the ball into his hand, but it's intercepted, and the ball is struck in. It's struck high, it's struck long, and it's struck over the bar. Niall Murphy did the business there. They got possession of the ball from Joe Jordan, and that ball is pucked over the bar. Another score. Now it's 1-4 for Courceys. 5 points for Blarney. And we check this, 20 minutes gone in the first half here. Ronan Byrne, 2 points between the sides. Right down the middle it goes. Brian Hayes going back there with Brian Deasy. Passing the ball back inside again. Quick striking from David Hayes. Overlooking towards Killian Lorden. It goes in over Danny Cronin's head. Denny going in, flicking the ball out along to the wing. Getting the ball up in his hand. He's going to try and clear this one. Good tackling by the defender, or the attacker, Cian Lorden actually. And Cian actually knocks the ball out, and that's going to be a line ball for Blarney. Far side of the field, Danny Cronin himself outside will line up to take this. Putting the ball down about 30 metres out from his own goals. Blarney supporters trying to get behind their team as the Courcey players, or the Courcey supporters do the same. Danny hits a good one. Will it stay in play? It certainly will. Goes over the head there of Brian Deasy. Comes back, this is David Murphy. Turning around, striking the ball forward again. Down in towards the goals it goes. They could break anywhere. It's Darragh McSweeney getting the ball up and getting the ball high and long out this side of the field. Johnny Hurley, Jonathan Quinn territory. Jonathan Quinn looks to be the man in pole position. Jonathan Quinn does get it. Johnny Hurley using all his experience, but a very good ball back into David Hayes, and David striking the ball in across the field more or less. Joe Jordan gets the ball in his hands. It's half blocked down by Terence Collins, and Courceys are absolutely working like demons trying to block the shot off. The ball pucked out to the far side of the field. Darragh McSweeney's going to get this, and Darragh hits the ball off his left. High one out the far side. Owen Hallen over this with David Murphy. The ball broken down. It comes off David Murphy. Pulled on further, very, very close to the line. I think it's gone out over the line. It is gone out over the line. And it's going to be a line ball for Courceys. And they'll be pleased to take that with almost 22 minutes gone in the first half. The pace of the game has just died a little bit in the last few minutes, but it certainly couldn't keep going at the hectic pace that it started at. However, both sides very, very much still in the game. Courceys lead 4 to 5 points. Line ball for Courcey Rovers on the far side of the field. It's a lowish one down along the ground, close into the middle of the field. David Hayes Vincy Hurley doing really, really well. He strike a long, mighty high ball. It's going to come over this side of the field, over towards John Murphy and Paul O'Leary. The ball going out of the Hurley, I think maybe in the finish. I think maybe the ball had gone wide, and nonetheless, John Murphy made an absolutely fantastic attempt to keep it in, but just couldn't manage it. Ronan Byrne. It's a shortish one to James Hughes. James strikes the ball immediately down the far side of the field. Brian Hayes, Colin Murphy territory. Colin just can't hold on to the ball. Johnny Hurley getting the ball inside again. Close to Johnny Hurley, Jonathan Quinn territory. Off I think Terence Collins maybe. It's going to be a line ball for Blarney. Inside the 65 metre line of Courcey Rovers. Stephen O'Donoghue, very experienced player. He was here 9 years ago as well. Very, very experienced player himself, and Johnny Hurley and Ronan Byrne, 3 members of that team. Lining up the sideline. Pucky it. Blocked immediately by a combination of Terence Collins, David Hayes. Struck by Terence. They're looking for it early. Inside it goes. Darragh McSweeney going out. Going to be Paul O'Leary arriving like the cavalry. The ball is flicked away from him. Ball pulled across the goal. This is Cian Lorden and Danny Cronin. Cian trying to get the ball up. Danny Cronin trying to get the ball off him. The ball is booted forward inside again. Nobody kind of really gaining possession of it. Joe Jordan is in there trying to roll the ball up. Very, very difficult inside in the crowd. What's going to happen here? Breaks out behind the goalie. Ronan Byrne should get this. He does get it. Trying to get away from Cian Lorden. Ronan drops the ball though, and it's Danny Cronin trying to recover it. Back to Mark McCarthy. Mark McCarthy gets the ball into his hand. He'd want to strikes the ball away up the far side of the field, very, very close to the line. Owen Hallen, David Murphy. Brian Deasy coming across with this. It's broken down. This is David Hayes turning, striking. The ball has gone in, but I think the ball has gone left and the ball has gone wide, and I think Cian Lorden took a bit of a knock there in that last attack. And it's gone down at the far side of the field. Yep, it's Cian Lorden gone down all right. Cian, the man who crashed home a goal and a point already. And Courceys lead on a score of 1-4 to 5 points. And checking around for other moves and things like that. 24 and a half minutes gone in the in the first half. Down there below we can see Dermot Corcoran, as we said, the manager of Courcey Rovers, contemplating with Shawnee Farrell what they can maybe do to maximise the ball going, but certainly the forwards inside are doing pretty okay already. It's going to be a Ronan Byrne with the puck out for Blarney. Here's Ronan. Thankfully Cian Lorden is okay. Strikes the ball out towards Owen Hallahan. Ball broken down. Owen Hallahan flicking the ball inside again, and it's came off the Courcey Rovers midfielder there. Was it Vincey Hurley maybe? Yeah, I think it was Vincey knocked it out, says the linesman. It's going to be a line ball, and Owen Hallahan, the man who will take it. Owen cuts it. Oh, it's a beauty. All the way in. Ross McNamara deciding to pull. He does pull. He makes a little bit of a connection, but it doesn't go much further than that. Stephen Dine doing very, very well to knock the ball out. Gets it out to Brian Hayes. Heavy tackling inside there by the Blarney forwards, and that's going to be a free in. That's going to be a free in for Blarney. Right out on the side, and Tyke Hurley will be pleased at that. Going in to give a bit of advice there to Stephen O'Donoghue, and giving him a drink of water as well, and obviously some words of encouragement and advice. As down at the other end of the field, Mark Cremin lining the ball up on the 20-metre line. Difficult free out to the side of the goals, and putting the ball down, bending, lifting, striking. Puts the ball in, and the way Stephen Nine put his Hurley up, you'd knew it was going over the bar. That's an excellent score from Mark Cremin. Really, really difficult angle, but a really, really good score. 6 points for Blarney, 1 goal and 4 for Courcey Rovers. And there are 26 minutes gone in the second half here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, the final of the Cork County Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship. Nothing to say decides. The ball is pulled on by Brian Hurley. It's one-handed. Back, brilliant skill there by Vincey Hurley, knocking the ball in, but I think the ball is going to go left and the ball is going to go wide. Brilliant skill by Vincey Hurley in the wet conditions. You got to admire that. He just flicked the ball up, got it into his hand, but he struck the ball left and struck the ball wide. Ronan Byrne taking the puck out for Blarney. What's he going to do? Striking at this side of the field. Johnny Hurley, Jonathan Quinn, Terence Collins, a plethora of players. A ball broken down. Johnny Hurley doing well to win it. Gets it. He gets it back again. Going on a bit of a run, trying to get away. He's got a player behind him. He's Hurley as hell, but he kind of hits the ball nonetheless. And I'm not sure anymore. What was the ball kicked out towards the side here? Jonathan, Stephen O'Donoghue, and it's going to be a line ball. Line ball for Blarney. Stephen O'Donoghue to take the line ball. 27 minutes gone in the first half. Being faced by a combination of Mark McCarthy, Terence Collins. This is Stephen. Heard some sort of a call. Lining it up. Familiar stance. Hits it and hits a beauty. Down along the wing it goes. Coming across for this is Colin Murphy. Doesn't get it. Does Brian Deasy does. Ball very, very close to the end line. Sideline rather. Brian Deasy doing well. Ooh, he's the frontal tackle. Frontal tackle gone in there on Brian, and he's gone right down underneath that. And that's going to be a free in. And it's a ball right out under the covered stand side of the field here. And another chance for Mark Cremin. Blarney, as we say, really have been very consistent in this Premier Intermediate Championship over the last 5 years. They've been to 4 semis, including this year, so they just haven't crawled off the page either. And Sean O'Brien will be pleased with the way things are kind of going at the moment. They're only a point down. Mark Cremin taking another very, very difficult free. Brian Deasy is okay, thankfully. This is Mark. Hits the ball in. Hits it in, hits it absolutely beautifully. That's an absolutely fantastic score from Mark Cremin. He guided the ball over almost like a pitching wedge on a golf course. He beautifully knocked it in. It's over the bar. The scores are level. 4 to 7 points after 28.5 minutes play here in the first half. Stephen Nine pucks the ball out to the far side of the field. The players go for it. Joe Jordan doesn't know. Killian Maloney's there. Killian knocks it in. This is Mark McCarthy working very, very hard. He's met with a tackle. Pulled on by James Hughes. The ball out along the road. Johnny Hurley one-handed. Flicked back in. It comes off the foot there. Worked out along the wing again. Going over for this is Joe Jordan. Joe getting down on the ball. Gets the ball up in his hand. Not quite sure how he did it. Knocks the ball into Mark McCarthy. Mark flicks the ball back. And beautifully struck forward again by Stephen getting the ball. This is Ross McNamara. Has Ross got the ball in his hand? He has not, because it's brilliantly got by Timmy Lorden. That's who's got the ball in his hand. And Timmy does really well. Pucks the ball out into the wide open spaces here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Paul O'Leary, steady as she goes. Knocks the ball out. Stephen O'Donoghue getting the ball up into his hand. trying to get out with the shot, and he pulls on it. It goes back inside. This is Niall Murphy. Niall might have a shot, but he's well blocked down by Paul O'Leary. This is James Hughes coming back in. He's got time, and he strikes the ball of his left down along into open space. Nobody occupying that space at the moment, only Timmy Lorden. Timmy was slipped on the ground, passes the ball back to, Brian Hayes passes the ball back. Joe Jordan coming forward. Joe Jordan strikes the ball off his right. Over here looking towards Brian Hayes. Colin Murphy. The ball has got back. This is Ross McNamara. This could be the lead for Blarney. It certainly is. The ball gone in all over the bar. Colin Murphy, Ross McNamara between them. Put the ball over the bar as we're heading into injury time here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. In the first half, it's 8 points for Blarney. They've scored the last 3. It's 1-4 for Courcey Rovers. Stephen Nine trying this side of the field for a change. Johnny Hurley will be there. Johnny Hurley doesn't get the ball though because it breaks down across here. Mark McCarthy flicking the ball down along the wing here. Seamus Hayes comes all the way out. Dara McSweety's inside now at full forward. Dara batting the ball down, getting the ball out to James Hughes. James trying to come out with the ball. He's lost the ball now. It's inside. Cian Lorden. Oh, he lost the ball. Joe Jordan trying to pick the ball up. He just want to make sure he got away with it. He does get it away. And he's trying to come out with the ball. He does get it out to Johnny Hurley eventually. Johnny trying to get past Terence Collins, getting it out to Stephen O'Donoghue. Stephen would want to make sure of it. He doesn't. And Courceys have a chance to get the ball back. They do. It's the hard-working David Hayes flicking the ball back in. Johnny Hurley will try and go back for this with Seamus Hayes. Seamus, oh, that's a great ball. It's going to drop in the square. Darren McSweeney, brilliantly caught from Darren McSweeney. The ball bounced off his hands. He made a superb catch. The referee, Carl McAllister, brings to an end a hectic first half here in the Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship final. At half-time, as both teams go off to a very well-deserved round of applause. The score at half-time, Blarney lead, 8 points for Blarney, 1-4 for Courcey Rovers, and certainly, if the second half is anything like the first half, we'll be treated to an absolutely fantastic game of hurling. Blarney lead by a point, 8 points to 1-4 at half-time. We're almost ready to go. Blarney lead by a point and will play from left to right the second half. The ball is in, the game is on. Niall Murphy's the first man to gain possession. Knocking the ball back here to Brian Hayes. The ball going to ground. Booted forward by Brian Hurley. Almost pulled on. It is pulled on. Up go the Hurleys. What a pull by Colin Murphy. But it goes all the way in. This is Stephen Nine. Stephen collecting it up. And that's a mighty puck out. The wind doesn't seem to have a whole pile of bearing on the game. James Hughes does brilliantly to catch the ball and strike a long high one. Down into the words Ross McNamara, Timmy Lorden territory. It breaks out. This is Colin Murphy. He flicks the ball out underneath almost, trying to get away from Brian Hayes. He still gets there. What a brilliant bit of defending by Brian Hayes. This is Brian Hurley across the middle again. He's got a player with him. He gives it to a ball broken out and well defended, and away come Courceys. It's David Hayes, I think, coming out in the middle of the field. Or David Murphy rather. Ball pulled down inside again. Paul O'Leary going back for this. Paul gets the ball up into his hand, trying to get away here from John Murphy. There's a Hurley high around him. And again, the game has started with a frenetic pace. There's only a minute gone in the second half. Ronan Byrne will come out to take this. We'll just have a look to see what the way the wind is blowing. The flag would tell you that it is a big wind, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on the striking of the Courceys defenders at the start of the second half. This is Ronan Byrne. Strikes the ball. It's going to be dropping around the edge of the square. It's gone in towards Johnny Hurley. The ball is broken down. It could go anywhere. Inside, there's a flicking situation going on inside. Player gone to ground inside, lying on the ball, and there's going to be a throw-in ball, I think. Throw-in ball. Referee Carl McAllister decides that's going to be a throw-in, I think. Johnny Hurley coming over, and ball is thrown in, and it's flicked back out to the side. Vincy Hurley doing the business, getting the ball out to the side. Colin Murphy racing for this with Brian Hayes. Colin turning the ball around, strikes the ball in. It could. What an absolute peach of a score from Colin Murphy. I thought he was going to try and play it across. Not a bit about it. He turned around and stuck the ball between the uprights, and Blarney lead by 2, 9 points to 1 goal and 4. And we've got 2 minutes gone in the second half. Stephen Nine pucks the ball right down this side of the field. Owen Hallahan, one Hurley up. He flicks the ball forward. Matt McCarthy getting the ball forward. And Blarney on a small bit of a roll at the moment. The tackle coming in. And he's tackled after he went to ground. And that's going to be a free in for Blarney, and it'll be Mark Cremin who's already out there. And linesman just telling him where to put the ball. And it's going to be a chance here to stretch the Blarney lead. This is Mark Cremin. Can he do the business from a Blarney point of view? He strikes it. It's looking very good. That's because it is very good. And the flags go up for Blarney, and the white flag goes up too. It's another point for Blarney. They lead on a score line of 10 points to 1 goal and 4 points after almost 3 minutes of the second half. They've got the first 2 scores. Big puck out from Stephen Nine. James Hughes is underneath this, but it's brilliantly caught by Niall Murphy. Niall gets the ball into the middle. Ball going to run. This is Joe Jordan. Joe coming out with the ball. Clash of the ash. The ball is struck off his left. Down in towards Mark Kerman. David Duggan going back for this. David doing well. Gets the ball up. Mark Kerman knocking the ball back. Timmy Lorden coming out with it for Courceys. Very, very close to the sideline here. Underneath this, Mark McCarthy. Mark McCarthy, Killian Maloney. Killian getting the ball up, getting away from Joe Jordan. Brian Hurley trying to get the tackle in. Killian still going. He's gone past the 65. He's on the road. He's gone past the 45. He's got a player outside him. The player outside him is Terence Collins. Courceys might do with a score. He strikes it in and strikes the ball over the bar. And Killian Maloney playing the captain's role there, winning possession, giving it to Terence Collins, and Terence doing the business. Score for Courcey Rovers. 1 goal and 5 they have. 10 points for Blarney. Almost 4 minutes gone in the second half. This is Ronan Byrne, vastly experienced goalkeeper for Blarney and for Musgrave too. The ball struck out to the far side of the field. It goes. Johnny Hurley's over there and Jonathan Quinn knocking the ball in towards Colin Murphy, and comes off the corner back there, Brian Hayes. And Owen Hallahan going over, see if it looks like he's the man journeying across to take it. Colin was looking at it for a minute, and Owen Hallahan struck a brilliant one in the first half. He's got rid of the helmet and puts the ball down. Putting the ball down. Setting himself up. Owen Hallahan, what can he do? Hits it, not as good as the last one. Down along the ground it is. It still might work out to be okay though. Gets the ball back and well collected and cleared away. James Hughes arriving for this with Niall Murphy. Mark McCarthy collecting the crumbs, trying to go across the pitch. He boots the ball in. This is Mark Cremin getting there ahead of David Duggan. Good tackle by David Duggan though, and the ball out over the sideline. And that's a very, very good, clean kind of a tackle from a Courcey Rovers point of view. But it's still going to be a line ball, and the line ball will be to Blarney. And a bit of advice there for Owen Hallahan before he takes the line ball. And putting the ball down. Owen outside the 45. We'll have a perfect view for this. Owen hits it. It was brilliantly caught. Absolutely superbly caught by David Hayes. I don't know how he did that, but he did it brilliantly. It's Cian Lorden. Can he keep it in? He can. He keeps the ball in play. He gets away. He gets away from Danny Cronin. This is Cian. He's got the chance. He's got the shot. And he's got the score. Brilliant bit of play from Courceys. The margin is down to a point. 10 points to 1-6. And the sub that we spoke about early on, John Murphy, number 23. Coming on, just... And it's Brian Hayes being called ashore. Brian Hayes of Castle Park being called ashore, and a bit of a rejigging sort of a situation here, I think. Not quite sure, fellas don't seem to know where they're going. Yeah, David Murphy's going to be going back corner back, out to the far side of the field. Johnny Hurley gets it. Johnny Hurley getting in there ahead, trying to get in the tackle, the shot. He hits it in, a long ball in. Ross Back-to-Barra coming for this with Timmy Lorden. Timmy Lorden is the man in charge of the situation and does brilliantly to get the ball away down the middle. James Hughes does equally brilliant. This is Johnny Hurley. If he hits it right, it could go over. It's dropping, but a bit like some of the Courcey shots in the first half. The ball going left and the ball going wide. Blarney still leading by the point. We take a check on the time. 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. 10 points for Blarney, 1-6 for Courceys. It's pucked out by the goalkeeper Stephen Nine. Dropping around the middle of the field. Johnny Hurley was out there and well collected by Terence Collins. Terence picking the ball up. Mark McCarthy doing Terence Collins trying to get the ball back. He got the last score for Courceys. A couple of players moving in, a ruck situation almost developing, and the referee says that's going to be a throw-in ball. Mark McCarthy, David Hayes, ball down along the wing. Brian Hurley trying to get back to it. Brian Hayes going back for it as well. Gets the ball flicked out to the wing. This is David Murphy. He's gone back left, right corner back. He's gone soloing. He strikes the ball of his left down along the far sideline. Coming out for this is Seamus Hayes. Seamus thinking about taking on Dara McSweeney. He's got inside him. Well, he hasn't really. Dara does well to come back. Cian Lorden winning the ball ahead of Danny Cronin. Cian shooting. Is that the equaliser? It certainly is. And Courceys have scored the last 3 points here. And it's 7 minutes gone in the second half. Courceys draw the match level on the scoreline of 10 points to 1 goal and 7. Courceys are going really, really well at the moment. And that will give them a lot of courage and a lot of encouragement. Carl McAllister telling Ronan Byrne to move on the puck out. Ronan pucks it big, high and long. Over to the far side. Johnny Hurley. The ball breaks behind Brian Hurley. Ball out towards the wing. Stephen O'Donoghue arriving out there. Gets the ball into his hand. He's going a bit of a run. He's gone to ground. And the ball is blocked by Mark McCarthy. Mark going to ground as well. A lot of bodies and things like that flying around the place. Comes back out to the middle here. This is very, very close to the line. Stephen O'Donoghue does well to keep it in just. Down along the wing. Colin Murphy does well to get the ball back out again. This is the midfielder. Brian Hurley rather. The shot coming in. Brilliantly hooped. Brilliantly blocked. I think that was David Murphy came in with the tackle. Or Vincey Hurley rather. Ball down to the far side. Coming out with it, Paul O'Leary. Getting the ball up. Trying to get away from John Murphy. Ball gone out over the line. That's a line ball and it's going to be to Blarney. The tackling is tough. It's tight. It's tenacious. There's lots of tension. John Murphy gone to ground there. And Denny Cronin rather over there, not Paul O'Leary. And making that last tackle there, seemed to got a bang in the head. The scores are level. Scores are level here after 8.5 minutes of the second half. It's Blarney 10 points, Courcey Rovers 1 goal and 7. And certainly nothing asked, nothing given. Blarney went 3 points ahead there a few minutes ago, but Courcey's came back to do the business. And they certainly are doing the business. Hopefully John Murphy will be okay. Checking around for other movements and things like that. There's another sub coming on. Would that be number 17, Gavin Maloney? Oh, yep, it is. Gavin Maloney coming on, and I think it could be the end of John Murphy's day, maybe. Gavin has played in earlier rounds, and John Murphy is still stretched out on the ground over there, the far side of the field. Referee Carl McAllister is just checking on the situation. Yes, it is. Denny Cronin looking after him. Cian Lordan, I'm sure. Seamus Hayes in at full forward. And checking down on the sideline, both sets of mentors. Sean O'Brien pointing out something there to Finton and Dan Coleman. Dan himself actually played here when Blarney were here in 1999, and certainly a fine defender he was too. This is Stephen O'Donoghue. What a great puck. Down in towards the corner it goes. This is Colin Murphy racing out for this. Turning around. The shot is tipped off his Hurley, and it's going to be another line ball. The line ball will be to Blarney. Line ball it's going to be. Colin Murphy himself going to take this one. What can he do with it? Hits it. Beautiful ball right across the goals. Two players go up for it. The ball is broken down very, very close to the end line, and it's knocked off the Courcey Hurley, and that's going to be 65. And Mark Drummond will journey out for this one. And try to put Blarney back into the lead once more. It's 10 minutes gone in the second half. Putting the ball down, left of the goals. And another, certainly not a gimme free by any manner of means. Here goes Mark, bending, lifting, striking. It'll be high, it'll be long, and it'll be absolutely dead-eye dick over the bar. Mark Drummond is an absolutely flawless free taker at the moment. Blarney go back into the lead. It's 11 points to 1-7 after 11 minutes of the second half. Stephen Nine pucking the ball out this side of the field. Brian Hurley's inside there. The ball is broken down. Gone to Joe Jordan. Joe breaking away up the wing. Striking the ball beautifully in off his right. It could go anywhere. It drops inside. It's inside Colin Murphy. No, side netting. Oh, it was very, very close. And I think Stephen Nine was on his post, to be fair to him. But Colin saw the opportunity. The ball had dropped in and struck in by Joe Jordan, and the ball went right, but the ball went wide from a Blarney. So won't say a bit of a let-off in that the ball went wide. Johnny Hurley out around the middle of the field, using his size and experience and skill to good advantage. Stephen O'Donoghue coming across the middle of the field. There's nothing there but a Courcey's player. The ball gone to ground. Mark McCarthy, an incredible work rate, a bit like David Hayes on the other side. This is Mark, and I think he got a bit of a tug there on a trip, and that's going to be a free in, and you can bet your bottom dollar who's going to journey across for this. And Terence Collins, I think, getting a bit of a black book there. Terence Collins going all the way across, or Mark Drummond going all the way across to take this one. And another chance to extend the Blarney lead. And again, you'd have to say a very, very difficult free. And Mark line it up. You're actually probably seeing this game as you're watching it in a lot brighter light than we're seeing here. This is Mark Tremont. No, is it the first one? It's gone right and it's gone wide. As I said, the darkness is closing in here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. It's 4 minutes past 5 and it's gone very, very dark here. And as I said already, you're seeing this in a lot brighter light than is there, the light that is there in actual reality. Stephen Nine pucks the ball out to the far side of the field. Down comes the ball. It's Terence Collins. The ball is flicked away from Terence. A couple of Blarney lads arriving for the ball. It's brilliantly collected up. This is Johnny Hurley playing really, really well in the second half. Ball brought down inside. David Murphy going back for this. Gets it. Maybe not the greatest of clears, but it might work out okay. Jonathan Quinn getting the ball from a Courceys Rovers point of view. Trying to get the ball up the field. He does get the ball to David Hayes. It's in along the ground. Joe Jordan getting in a Hurley. A kind of a half a block on Killian Maloney. The clash of the ash. The ball has gone out over the line. I think that might be a Blarney ball. And I think it came off from Gavin Maloney, and the umpire, or the linesman is in no doubt whatsoever. As substitute coming on for Blarney, is that Eugene McCarthy, I think? Number 29, yep. Eugene came on the last day and certainly played his part in the game. Eugene coming on, usually plays kind of a half-forward midfield type role. And I think going on, is it coming off, is Brian Deasy maybe? Yes, I think it might be Brian Deasy coming off. And Vincey Hurley seems to have gone back left half back. Didn't notice that change up to now. And anyway, we'll follow the play. Stephen O'Donoghue, down the middle it goes. Johnny Hurley putting up his hand. A wrestling match developing. The ball out into the group situation again. Mark McCarthy's there, but Courceys coming forward with the ball. It's a hand pass out to the middle here. This is David Hayes. Good bit of quick hand passing. Boots the ball out into the space. This could, brilliant tackle from Dara McSweeney. Gets the ball out. Can Blarney get the ball back? Mark McCarthy certainly can. And Mark McCarthy doing really, really well. Knocks the ball down the wing here. It's almost got by, it comes off Eugene McCarthy's foot. It came off the foot of Dermot Duggan first, and it's going to be a line ball, and Vincey Hurley will take it. Vincey, as I said, seems to move back to kind of left half back, checking around who's in the middle of the field at the moment, and it looks. It's a low one. Eugene blocks it with his foot. It's good tackling back there by John Murphy though. Ball booted forward again. It could go anywhere. Players falling and stumbling. It's coming out here. Block Mark McCarthy again. Oops. And I think there might have been a pull there by Killian Maloney, says referee Carl McAllister. And that's going to be a free. That's going to be a free. Good block down from Mark McCarthy. And Joe Jordan himself will take the free. No, he won't. He'll give it to Mark Tremont. He was almost lining it up way out here under the stand inside his own 65, and we just wonder, will the wind have any effect on this game? Is Owen Hallahan gone into right full forward? Right half forward, he's still out there. This is Mark Tremont, just gives it a whack. Up in the middle it goes, Ross McNamara. The ball is broken out here. Who's it going to break for? It's Mark McCarthy, David Hayes. Good play by David Hayes. Gets to the ball. Well brought back again. And Courceys coming away with the ball. It's John Murphy. John getting there. He's got to the middle of the field. Joe Jordan. It comes off Killian Maloney's hand. Joe Jordan does absolutely brilliantly to get it around and turns around, strikes the ball back in. Ross McNamara coming for this. The ball is broken down inside again. Going back is David Duggan. David coming out with the ball, trying to get out. He's met with a tackle from Owen Hallahan. It's a loose kind of a ball. It's not anymore. Well cleared up by Timmy Lorden. Killian Maloney trying to get the ball up. Mark Tremont doesn't get the ball up. You got to make sure of it these days. Eugene McCarthy coming in there. The ball gone to ground. Group situation developing. It's sorted out immediately by John Murphy. It's a kind of a half a tackle in. Darragh McSweeney going back for this. He decides to flick the ball up. He does. Can he get it out now? Met with Cian Lorden. He's going very, very close to the line. The referee says that's going to be a free in. A free in for Courceys. Right out on the sideline. Not sure what happened there. Was it steps? And I think it might have been steps. But nonetheless, it's a free in, and it'll be probably, I'd imagine, will it be Niall Murphy to take it? Yeah. Getting a dry of the hurley, as it were. 16 and a half minutes gone in the second half. 11 points for Blarney, 1-7 for Courceys. A difficult free for Niall Murphy. Very, very close to the sideline. Will he be tempted to go for the short one? Seamus Hayes was kind of thinking about it for a minute. This is Niall Murphy. This is a chance to level the game. And that is looking very good, I think. I think it is very good. A superb score from Niall Murphy. Superb score from Niall Murphy. The scores are level here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh once more. It's 11 points to 1-8. 17 minutes gone in the second half. 13 minutes left in the Premier Intermediate County Hurling Championship final. Who's going to be the winner? Eugene goes up for it. It comes to Mark Drummond. The sharpshooter from Freeze goes to ground. He tries to pass the ball out. It's shoveled out to the side. Coming for this. And this tackle coming in there. Brian Hurley trying to get it in. Very, very close to the sideline. Very close to the sideline still. Ball there. Mark Drummond trying to come forward with the ball. Coming back is John Murphy, who's doing very, very well from a Courcey Rovers point of view. This is Eugene. Eugene McCarthy will have the shot. No, he won't, because the shot will be intercepted. It might work out okay though. This is Johnny Hurley. Gets the ball out. Owen Hallahan. Now, he's got a player outside him. He decides to go himself. And he puts the ball between the uprights. Very, very good score from Owen Hallahan, and a good score for Blarney. It's 12 points to 1 goal and 8. Blarney lead by that 1 point. And we know that there are 12 minutes left in the game. There's going to be nothing in this game at the end of it. And I think David Duggan might have received a knock. And they're the two managers down there, almost shoulder to shoulder. Sean O'Farrell, Sean O'Brien. Just Sean Farrell having a word there with Killian Maloney. And checking around. You would have to think that if a goal comes in this game, it's going to be an absolutely monumental score. 12 points to 1-8. And hopefully, is that Jonathan Quinn, I think? Yep. Jonathan just checking his leg there, as it were. Not awfully happy with whatever way the thing is going, I think. And is he making a signal himself that he's gone? But we'll follow the play. Stephen Nyan dropping the ball out. Eugene McCarthy will go for this. The ball gone to ground. Vincey Hurley coming in for it. Doesn't get the ball. It's booted out to the side. Johnny Hurley's over there. Vincey Hurley's there. No relation. They're both on different teams. The ball booted forward. James Hughes coming forward. Doesn't hold on to the ball. Owen Hallan is out there. Terence Collins is there as well. It's a group situation developing. Courceys have the ball now. They get the ball forward. This is the substitute. This is Gavin Maloney. He's going running in. He's taken, and the referee decides he's taken steps. And I think he took quite a number of steps. And was it Niall Murphy rather? Sorry, I was incorrectly calling Gavin Murphy or Gavin Maloney there. No, it was Niall Murphy. And another sub coming in, I think. Gavin Maloney's coming back on, I think. And would John Murphy ever actually go off the last time? Maybe not. Gavin Maloney's coming on, I think. And looks like John Murphy coming off. John, after getting a bang. Linesman having a word with John Murphy is not coming off, actually. I think it might be Jonathan Quinn is coming off. And injured, I think. Yeah, Jonathan is injured. And it'll be Ronan Byrne to take the free. Back behind his own 45-metre line. How far can he get this one up? Strikes the ball. Well, he hits it high enough anyway. It'll be landing in around the edge of the square. The Hurleys go up. The ball's dropped down. They're trying to flick it on. Group situation developing inside. And the referee deciding that that's going to be a throw-in ball. And Owen Hallan in there along with Johnny Hurley. Johnny Hurley with his back to us. What way is the referee going to throw it? He throws it in. It goes through everybody. Vincey Hurley coming out with the ball. Gets his shot in, a lowish kind of a one, down along the wing here. It's John Murphy, the man who moved out from corner forward. Joe Jordan making use of himself. Eugene McCarthy took his eye off it, and Niall Murphy didn't. And the ball has gone further down along the wing here. This is getting into Gavin Maloney. He's about to be tackled by Danny Cronin. And the referee decides to give a free in, and I'm actually, and the Blarney supporters, equally agreeing with some of the decision maybe, but however, it is a free in and it's going to be Niall Murphy. And if he scored the one out the sideline, you'd have to put your money on putting this one over the bar as well. However, difficult conditions down there. The ball very, very wet, very, very slippery. Referee, the linesman just showing him where the free is. This is Killian Looney, the linesman. We've got 21.5 minutes gone. This is Niall Murphy. Can he put it over the bar and level up the match? Here he goes, bends, lifts, and he puts the ball dead straight and through and over the bar. Good score from a Niall Murphy point of view, and good score from a Courceys point of view. The game is level again. Any chance we'd have a draw in this game, maybe? Ronan Byrne with the puck out. Now we'll see what happens. The scores are level. It's 12 points to 1-9. What did we say? 8 minutes left in the game approximately. Out come the hands, down comes the ball. It's Mark McCarthy. Mark going forward, trying to get a bit loose. He's running out of options. Good blocking. Mark Clement to help him. Mark Clement getting the ball. Mark Clement going forward, kicking it forward, I think, to Ross McNamara. Mark Clement still going. The ball got to ground. Colin Murphy inside there as well. Timmy Lorden inside is back there. Good play from David Murphy. They're trying to get the ball out. It's gone out as far as the wing. Clash of the Ash here. Clare's gone to ground. Oh, I think he might have picked that one off the ground. David Murphy picking the ball off the ground, and that's going to be a free in. Free in for Blarney. And it's going to be a free in, and referee and Mark Cremin. You'd have to say for both of these players taking the frees, Niall Murphy and Mark Cremin, none of these are easy. And this is Mark bending, lifting. It's low, it's hard, it could go anywhere. It's got inside. Colin Murphy, brilliant save. It's near the goal line, and it's wide. Oh, what a save by Stephen Lyon. I think he got across and saved it. What a save. The chance looked to be there. Two Courcey players down injured. 4 players down. And anything could have happened. The ball came across. I think Johnny Hurley flicked it out. Colin Murphy did everything right. He got the shot in. But I think Stephen Nine got across to block it. And then a couple of players dived in as well. Timmy Lorden, I think, might have been one of them. And David Murphy might have been one as well. Or was it Vincey Hurley? Or Gavin Maloney, actually. Or Killian Maloney, rather. They're playing the captain's role. But absolutely, what a death-defying moment almost here in the final. But what are we saying? 7.5 minutes left in the game. The score is tied. Colin Murphy had the shot, but no fault of Colin's, to be fair. Just incredible defending by the Courceys defence. And they survive, and it's going to be a puck out. And both sets of supporters getting behind their various players. John Murphy's at midfield along with David Hayes. Is Cian Lorden after coming out the field on Joe Jordan? And Courceys will know well, it was good defending. Eugene McCarthy's gone in full forward, and Mark Tremont is after coming out to the wing here on Vincey Hurley. Tig Hurley here as well on the line, managing the situation for Blarney and Sean O'Brien. Killian Looney as well having a chat. It's all hands to this pump as a moment now. Out to the middle, Mark McCarthy, the ball broken down. Blarney trying to get it forward. Clash of the Ash over there. Couple of players going for it. Nobody getting clean possession. Mark McCarthy gets it back. This is coming back here to Danny Cronin. The ball is down along the wing. It's Owen Hallahan. Owen turning around. No space. Eugene McCarthy. Eugene, it's a beautiful bit of skill. Now, can he finish with a score? He can't, because Timmy Lorden is like glue to him. And the ball, and there's a free out. And there's a free out and the referee is giving a free out to Courceys. And Blarney not agreeing with it, but I suppose you wouldn't maybe expect them to either. It's Vincey Hurley, I think, going over to take the free. Vincey Hurley going over to take the free, and he could score one of these, although he is maybe striking it into the wind. He hits a lowish kind of one. Down along the wing it goes. Terence Collins getting there ahead of Stephen O'Donoghue. Both players going to the ground. Situation developing, and the referee says Terence Collins lay down on the ball. I think that's what the free is for. And it's going to be a free out, and Ronan Byrne journeying forward from a Blarney point of view. It's 12 points to 1-9. Let's take a check on the watch. We have 25.5 minutes gone in the second half. The scores are level. Ronan Byrne, he might have the distance to drop this in. Eugene McCarthy, brilliant skill there a few minutes ago, but what about that for a block down by Timmy Lorden? Certainly, both sides lacking nothing in endeavour, commitment, and most of all skill. This is Ronan Byrne. Strikes the ball. It won't go over the bar, but it'll be dropping in around the edge of the square. Up go the Hurleys, down comes the ball. It's broken out towards the side. Eugene McCarthy going for it. Eugene McCarthy getting. Now, has he got an option? He does. Gets it out. This is going to be a shot from Mark Cremin. He puts it in, and Blarney lead. Mark Cremin putting the ball between the uprights, and Blarney lead after 26 minutes of the second half. Is there a substitute coming on? And Johnny Hurley about to be spoken, no, not Johnny Hurley, Vincey Hurley rather, about to be spoken to by the referee. 13 points for Blarney, 1-9 for Courcey Rovers, 26.5 minutes gone in the second half. And Vincey Hurley getting a yellow card for his troubles. Nothing in between these teams at all. Don't worry, this game isn't over by a long shot. Thank goodness, because it's such a great game. Out around the middle, Brian Hurley will be under this. He blocks the ball forward. Niall Murphy tried to get his hands on it. Very, very close to the line. Pulled on and down along the wing. This is Mark McCarthy. Mark has a chance to get the ball. Is struck in. He does, but it's not one of his better ones. Timmy Lorden going back. Colin Murphy will arrive in the scene. And Jimmy Lorden goes down, and I think that's going to be a free out. Certainly is. And Stephen Dine coming out to take the free. Substitute coming on for Blarney. There's a sub coming in for Blarney. Getting the piece of paper. No, he's not. Not yet. The ball broken down. It's collected up, and it's collected by David Hayes. Down along the wing it goes. Getting inside here. Seamus trying to get the ball away from Dara McSweeney. Dara getting the hurley in. It's Cian Lorden. Cian going down along the wing. He'll have a shot. Number 13, Cian Lorden, strikes the ball. It's very good, is it? No! Cian beautifully struck the ball, and the ball just drifted across the goals and went wide. Substitute coming on for Blarney. Change of hurley. It's number 21 for Blarney. That will mean it's James O'Sullivan coming on for Eugene McCarthy. James O'Sullivan coming on for Eugene McCarthy. And just checking the time. 28 minutes gone. Blarney leading by a point. 13 points to 1-9. It's really tight. It's really tense. Ronan Byrne strikes the ball right down the middle it goes. Johnny Hurley, Brian Hayes territory. Brian Hayes getting his hand to the ball. The hurley's broken up. It's broken away from Mark Clement. A one-handed pull. This is Seamus Hayes. Darren McSweeney trying to get in the tackle. Seamus turning the ball in his hurley. Cassia Blarney players are right. Seamus is still there. He's still running. He's trying to get away. He does get away. And pass out along the wing. Johnny Hurley just can't get back in time. And Courceys winning the ball, struck the ball down to the goal. John Murphy, big tackle by Brian Hurley. The ball could go across the field. It is going over their heads. It's gone inside. John Murphy's inside there again. He's getting the ball. He's turning. He's trying to get away. It's Gavin Maloney, Gavin Maloney. The ball is there. Stephen O'Donoghue winning the ball. Gets the ball back to Danny Cronin. Danny trying to come out with it. A hand pass back. Stephen would want to get it up. He's met with a big tackle. He turns around. He strikes it down along the wing. And Blarney have a chance with Mark McCarthy. And Mark McCarthy flicking the ball out off the Courcey Rovers player. And it's gone out over the sideline. Another sub for Blarney. Is it number 18? That would be Peter Ahern. Peter, kind of a centre field type player, is about to make his entry here. Just checking around who it's going to be. Is it Owen Hallahan maybe? I think, yeah, Owen Hallahan. And Peter Ahern, Owen got two very, very important points, but there's two very, very important minutes left in this. Sorry, we're about 40 seconds away from injury time. The crowd is whistling, but there is a little bit of time left yet. Stephen O'Donoghue, you'll have to think maybe Courceys will get another opportunity. This is Stephen O'Donoghue. He pucks a good one right down the middle. Brian Hayes going back there as well. Ball, they're fighting for it on the ground. It's broken back inside again. It's collected up inside, going forward, trying to get the ball forward. The referee says he took too many steps, and he was saying that he couldn't do anything about it, but it's going to be a free out for Courceys. I did say that there would be one more opportunity for Courceys in this. Vincey Hurley, not wasting time, strikes the ball out this side of the field. Brian Hurley blocking the ball down. Joe Jordan after this with Cian Lorden. Joe getting the ball back. This is Brian Hurley trying to come out with the ball. Gives it to Mark Cremen. Mark now got the ball in his hand. He's still going, and he goes to ground. He does no free, says the referee, and the crowd are absolutely incensed by that. And there is going to be a free, and Courceys have the free, and it's going to be Vincey Hurley, and it's Mark Cremen going to be spoken to by the referee. He's going to get a yellow card for that. It is. We are in injury time. We're 30 seconds in injury time. What's going to happen here? Blarney lead by a point. It's 13 points to 1-9. This is Vincey Hurley. They're looking for Cian Lorden. Cian, a ball down along the wing towards Dara McSweeney. Dara falls. This is Cian. Is this the equaliser for Courceys? No, it's not. The ball goes left and the ball goes wide. The ball goes left and the ball goes wide. Wide ball. We've got 1 minute of injury time gone. Both sets of supporters and players standing on the sideline. I wouldn't yet be surprised to see this being a draw, but Ronan Byrne strikes the ball out. It's high and it's long. Who's going to get possession here? David Hayes, Mark McCarthy. Mark McCarthy is an absolutely fantastic catch out of the air. Mark McCarthy, Vincey Hurley running along the ground, and he strikes the ball off his right. Down towards Dara McSweeney. Dara doesn't hold on to it. This is Cian Lorden. The ball is going to be got by Paul O'Leary. Paul will pass it. This is Stephen O'Donoghue. And Stephen strikes it in long, high. This is the sub Peter Ahern. It rocks all the way through. Ross McNamara. Ross McNamara is taken down. No, says the referee. It hit the post and goes wide. And the ball going right and the ball going wide. Stephen Ryan with the puck out. strikes the ball out the far side of the field, and still we play on. James Hughes underneath this. James Hughes getting the ball forward. This is passed forward again. Johnny Hurley. It's high, it's long, it's dropping, it's dropping. It's caught by Stephen Nye right on the goal line. It's a low one. Out along the wing it goes. Very close to the ground. Johnny Hurley trying to get a tackle in. Getting the tackle in still. The shot coming out to the side of the field. They're looking for Cian Lornan, but the only man who's there is Brian Hurley. Will he hit it before he gets blocked? He does hit it. He hits it in. There's two fellas inside. Ross McNamara doesn't catch the ball. But Blarney are the 2008 Cork County Premier Intermediate Hurling Champions. They have defeated Courceys here after an absolutely titanic game. And in fairness to both sides, it was a titanic game. Maybe a draw would have been a great result for another day out. But Courcey Rovers just came up the ever smidgeen short. The final score here, Blarney 13 points, Courcey Rovers 1-9. Day of joy for Blarney, utter disappointment and devastation for Courceys. What can be said? Not much really. A tremendous game as the supporters of Blarney crowd onto the team. They'll be thrilled. Courceys will be devastated. As we said, Blarney go forward to senior hurling in 2009 because they are the Premier Intermediate County Champions of Cork for 2008 on a final score of Blarney 13 points. Courcey Rovers 1 goal and 9.